Wait for that little... Oh, there we are. Hello, gamers and geeks alike. It's this week's gaming roundup. It's week 49, and as always, I am joined by my stalwart, Nigel. Say hello, Nigel.
Hello, Nigel.
And we did, Lynn.
We're all right.
Oh, cool. We would have done this at the weekend, but we spent all weekend kind of drinking and stuffing our face full of food and playing silly games, and walking 500 miles to get home, which was fun.
While singing the song, and I would walk
500 miles. Yes. Oh my God.
In Scottish accents.
Yes.
We might have had a little something to drink.
I've had a lot to drink.
This for the first time in a long while.
Yes, because we're not big drinkers, but when Christmas comes up, we kind of make an exception. But we digress. We've got news stories for you this week. We have been scraping the bottom of the barrel, I'll be frank with you. So here are a rundown of the news stories we got. We got EU changes rules for enforcing cashback for broken games. Minecraft is coming to the Wii U. PS4 outsold the Xbox One in November. Oculus Rift will come with this free game. Nintendo NX controller. It could just be a giant touchscreen controller. Who knows? And System Shock 3. So, Nigel, you ready to go through these?
Let's do it.
Let's do this. All right, okay. So this is an interesting one. We covered a story back a while back about I think it was the UK government sorting out things for broken games and whatnot. And we said this is going to be a good thing. But it looks like the EU have now enforcing some rules for buggy and broken games. One of the biggest parts of this is the consumer doesn't have to prove that it's broken. The retailer, the games developer or publisher has to prove that it works, which is a hell of a lot more burden off of us as gamers to sit there and fucking video everything and then wait for some bastard to go, yep, it's broken as they reveal the videos. Takes a lot of hassle off of us, but it's quite good. It's weird because it kind of gives them the option to refund some money. So if the game launches and it's not quite perfect, looks like you get some cash off the back end of it, especially if you've bought things like season passes and stuff like that. Or if it's absolutely terrible, you could get an entire reimbursement, which looks quite cool. This also extends to other things like digital content for games and stuff, and there's some arguments over the BBC iPlayer and this, that, and the other. But overall, it's looking good for us, guys.
It's looking good for us in the EU anyway.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing, is that if you're making the game for the EU, those standards will have to translate across to the US and to Australia and Japan and whatnot, which is a good thing for everyone, really, because it's like kind of, what's the point of making it at low standard? Because the US is going to bring in a similar rule. You'll have the federal government have brought in they call it something funky though, the digital enforcement for quality of virtual products or something along those lines. I'm not in marketing, you can tell.
I think they would.
Yeah. It's one of those things.
They'd give it a fancy name.
They would give it some horrendous name, which Anyway, so let's talk about.
Yeah, so that's actually a really good thing. I agree with you. It's really good that it's basically going to set the standard, and there's no point in them going, we'll get it to this high for our friends in the US, and then we'll increase the quality for everyone in the EU. It's just not going to happen.
It's just not worth it for them, is it?
Not worth it. So they've got to do the quality testing first and make sure it's good across the board. In which case, better for everyone.
The annoying thing is, I think PC is going to suffer more from game delays than any other platform because it's just so fucking hard to test for.
Yeah, it's a lot more to test.
Things like Batman Arkham Asylum being crap and this, that, and the other. It's like, we've got great frame rate, but you're gonna have more bugs because more variety of hardware, which sucks balls. Yeah. But at the same time, if you're waiting a month to have the game and it works, is it an issue? No, I'd rather wait a month and have a fully working game. It would be quite irritating if there's a big twist in the fucking Xbox One users and the PS4 users reveal it, but hey.
Just stay away from the interwebs.
Oh God, yeah, that's a little difficult. Anyway, Minecraft, which I would think would be on Nintendo's like hit list for a family kind of game, which they could put on their console. And I think Minecraft is more Nintendo than it is Microsoft. It's finally coming to the Wii U. Annoyingly, the touchpad won't be used for sorting out things like inventory, apparently, and it's only a digital game too, so not fantastic, but it is coming, and it's annoying because I always thought Minecraft would be the perfect Wii U game. Third-party Wii U game.
What are they going to use the pad for then?
Well, no, you just use the pad as normal, but the screen, you won't be organising your inventory and stuff in, which kind of sucks.
Yeah, we could have used it for that. It could have worked.
They could have put the map on it. If you ever play Minecraft, they give you a map and then you die and you've lost the map pretty much immediately. It's the most annoying thing in the world.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's one of my pet peeves about the game. It's like, for fuck's sake, why don't you just give me a map as default every time?
Yeah, push M.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. It's not on not playing PC, are you?
No, I've got the PC version too. I've got the PC version. I've got one for my phone. I've got one for my son's tablet, and I've got one for the PS4. So I have 4 versions of Minecraft. It's ironic because I probably spent about 50 quid on it. I haven't bought any download packs or anything. I've just bought so many different versions of it. I'll have it on my fridge if I could get it on my fridge.
You probably would be able to run it as well.
Yeah, it's just apparently you can get a Raspberry Pi and modify the Raspberry Pi so it runs Minecraft, which is really cool.
It's good that it's finally coming out on the Nintendo Wii U. It's taken how long?
They've missed the fucking boat. The boat has had to come round and come back after dropping everyone else off.
Yeah, it was Nintendo 3 years later going, wait for us.
The console's about to die too, which is the other annoying thing.
We're about to bring out a new console, mate. And who knows what Nintendo are thinking?
I don't know. I think the new guy. Is new guy in charge has probably got his head a bit more screwed on than the previous guy.
Maybe we got another Phil Spencer on our hands.
Yeah. The problem is, I don't think the rest of Nintendo are like that, and I don't think the rest of Nintendo listen. Where Microsoft kind of geared up more to listen and behave like that. They've kind of been, we've been doing it all this time with these years. It's like you're on the cutting edge technology, mate. It's kind of, you have to kind of stay there. But hey, we'll get back to Nintendo later. Anyway, November, big release thing for Xbox One. They had Tomb Raider, which looked fantastic, and Halo. Was it Guardians? Is it Guardians? I'm sure it's Guardians. Yeah, where they kind of it looks like they did what they did with Metal Gear Solid 2, where it's like kind of, I really want to play as Solid Snake or Master Chief in this place, but we're gonna make you play as Raiden or Locke in this case. And they're like kind of, I play Halo to play Master fucking Chief. Yeah, it's true. There's a big giant green Tonka toy you can take a pounding. Well, it sounds a bit weird. Sounds like a sex toy. I've turned Master Chief into a sex toy. So yeah, it was very odd in regards to sorting out that. But they had that come out, and despite that, and them having their greatest month, PlayStation has pretty much doubled Microsoft's entire set of sales. They're at 30.2 million. And Xbox is floating around about I think it's floating around the 17 million mark. It's not too good considering that November was supposed to be their month,
especially with Black Friday.
Oh yeah, Black Friday on all those deals and whatnot, and it was like kind of, they had the better deals. We went through them. I remember we went through the bundles, and they had the better bundles. There was no fucking two ways about it. Microsoft had the better bundles. The problem is the PlayStation. Somehow just everyone just looked at it and gone, I'll have that one. I think it's like this. When it comes to Xbox One and PlayStation, Xbox One is for, like, it sounds really weird. I hate using the term hardcore gamer, but they're more for that kind of hardcore gamer demographic, yeah? And PlayStation sounds awful. It's more for kind of everyman. He wants a games console and some other bits thrown in. He's not really a hardcore gamer. He's like kind of, I want a bit of this, I want a bit of that. You know, not too fussed. So yeah, it's a little bit weird because Shohei Yoshida, I think from PlayStation, was like kind of, he openly admitted, I don't understand this. He goes, we shouldn't be selling as much as we should be, but we are. And he said too that people who skipped the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 3 generation are now coming back to consoles. So where people had missed out on getting a PS3 or an Xbox 360, they've decided to jump in and get a PS4, which is a bit mad. But from our perspective, it kind of makes sense because the consoles, both consoles, are priced right. Okay, they're not got as much power in them as we'd like it, but hey. And now the decent games are coming out. We've had this year has been brilliant for games in comparison to last year, which was shite. And the year before, which, okay, it was only a small period, was also shite. And despite them making the games really easy to make. So I find that really weird because it's now the PlayStation and Microsoft architecture are almost identical. Yeah, they're almost identical. So when you build these things, it's subtle tweaking rather than fuck me, I've got to teach myself a whole new form of computing, tweeting. So yeah, it's not good for Microsoft. This thing, I've read this story, and do you know what it made me want to do? It made me want to buy an Xbox One. It really did. It made me want to buy an Xbox One. I was looking at it going, I've been unhappy with PlayStation Plus games for a while. Games with gold always look just a tad better every second month. It's like every odd month is good and every even month is shite. PlayStation Plus, literally, I was expecting something good for December because it's everyone's going to have a free game, a decent free game when they open up their console and they can download it, and it's like, oh, this PlayStation Plus is worth it. But they were shite, and I mean really shite. It was Gauntlet and something else.
I haven't played Gauntlet yet, but
Gauntlet might be all right. It may be all right for a couple of hours to burn, but
yeah, it might be all right as a multiplayer game. But the other game, King's Quest, I remember that from a kid, and they've remastered it, and it looks crap.
Is it point and click?
I don't know. I haven't even downloaded it.
Okay. Because I was looking at it, and I was looking at the PS3 games and bits for it. It's like, oh, this is so disappointing. It's what when PlayStation Plus came out, it started off a bit. It was very indie related, and then all of a sudden, after about 8 months, it just turned into pure games and pure quality. And it was just like, when are you going to do that with PS4 Plus? Because you can't keep doing this because people are going to get narked. I'm looking at terminating it because I've had 2 months of 2 months. If I have a third month of shit games, I might be going, I don't think it's worth it. Even though I bought fucking year's worth actually at the beginning of the month. Shit. Damn, I can the renewal because it works out cheaper to buy over the course of a year. Yeah. But saying that, this makes me want to buy an Xbox One. It really does. It really makes me buy, especially with Halo Guardians and Tomb Raider. I couldn't remember what the name it was then.
Yeah, Tomb Raider. Well, I did a little video on the bundles and stuff, and because I've been interested in getting an Xbox One recently, because yes, I've been narked at PS Plus as well. It's been utter shite, and you're totally right. The games with gold, they're actually nearly always better for a selection of games in that particular month over PlayStation Plus, in my opinion.
It always comes to it's like every other month. It is. It's like, as I said before, it's every like even month, and they're always really quite cool. To repeat myself. Yes. Oh, guess what's coming out next year, Nige?
No Man's Sky.
Okay. Guess what else is coming out next year, Nige?
Another Battlefield game.
All right, the Oculus Rift is coming out next year, Nige.
Oh yeah, that one.
The Oculus Rift, which is going to be. If I remember when the mark of a good PC was whether you could run Crysis or not. Now it's going to be whether you can run Oculus Rift games, proper Oculus Rift games, because Oculus Rift is coming out early 2016, and it's coming out with Eve Valkyrie, which is a 3D, not 3D, everything's fucking 3D. It's a virtual reality space sim. I haven't had these space sims in ages. This is one of the reasons I'm excited for what do you call it, No Man's Sky, because it's literally a space sim. It's like, I've not touched a space sim since Jesus Christ. I can't remember the last time I touched a space sim. I think it was on the PlayStation 2, and it was the Battlestar Galactica game. That's how long I haven't touched a space sim. That's a bloody long time.
I did have a quick go on Eve.
I tried Eve. I thought I didn't like Eve. I tried Eve, and I also tried what's the other one they had, which was on the PlayStation 3, which was a free-to-play online shooter. That was okay. I was quite good at that. That was the annoying thing. I played that, and I was like, oh, I'm quite good at this. It's like, well, it's boring. Maybe being shit at games makes it more interesting.
Well, this game that is going to come with the Oculus Rift, it looks like it could be sickness-inducing. It really does.
Yeah, it does. Because especially if they let your thing spin out of control, you'll be like,
ooh,
sick bucket on standpoint. But saying that, No Man's Sky is geared up for Morpheus.
Or what have the idiots at PlayStation called it?
Oh, PlayStation VR. Can we call it Morpheus? Because Morpheus is cooler.
Yeah.
Morpheus is so cooler. Whether you notice the thing with the Greek god or what's his mush from the Matrix. Either way, he still is cooler than PlayStation VR. PlayStation VR is such a bland fucking name. That's the thing. Look, I also think Oculus Rift is going to work with No Man's Sky on the PC, so that's going to be pretty sweet. I actually googled the location of Hello Games because it's literally, I think it's like 15-minute drive from where I live, and I wanted to stand out the front and just yell at them. Just can I have a copy of it, and then see if anyone would yell back at me.
Or just stand there and go, "Can I see it, please?"
And then if we could just film one of them poking their head out the window, it goes, "Have you finished Joe Danger yet?" I'll go, "No." "Have you finished Joe Danger 2? No." Then the answer is no. Close the window. It's Oculus Rift. It's, I don't know. I haven't had a go on it. I think it's just a wee bit too expensive considering you have to have a really fucking high-end PC. If you didn't have to have a high-end PC and it just acted as a monitor plug-in and there was some technology to boost up the frame rate and whatnot, like the Morpheus has got in it, or at PlayStation VR, Nige, it would be good. But the problem isn't. It's missing that. It is missing that. So it's not. It's annoying. Damn you! So close. So very close. That's the thing. It is. It feels so close, but I feel that having to have like a beast of a rig. I haven't got a beast of a rig. I play my PC games on my Mac because I'm just insane. I play my PC games on the Mac using an Xbox controller, a television, and a PS headset. That's how mad I've mixed all the best bits. So I've got the Xbox 360 controller because that's the best controller. I've got my big stereo headphones from the PlayStation because they're really good. I've got a TV because it's better than playing on a monitor, and I can sit on a chair. And I've got it on was it Steam OS? Well, not Steam OS, the kind of Steam big screen or whatever they call it, big picture mode. And it feels really good. It feels like I've got an Ace Games console. And I can understand why Steam bought Steam machines, but Oculus Rift, if you just add in that power, even if you did like a special Thunderbolt adapter for Macs, that would be cool. But you're not going to. So it sucks, suppose.
Yeah.
What do you think about the Oculus Rift?
It's an interesting concept, although it's sort of technically been around for a while now because of the amount of people that have got the dev kits, to play games on it, because they couldn't wait for it to be finished. Really, you've seen it for so long, and with people playing these dev kit versions, I'm just getting a bit blasé about the whole Oculus Rift and the fact that it doesn't have additional computing power within the mask. It's a shame, really, for the money that you pay.
Because if it would be like, if your PC can run this game well, so it's like, say, we'll say Call of Duty Black Ops 3, because that's the thing. If your PC can run Black Ops 3 well, the Oculus Rift can run Black Ops 3 well. If it runs it poorly, the Oculus Rift will run it poorly. So it matches the specs of your computer. That's the thing. That's my gripe. That is my little gripe. But what can we do? We don't own the company.
Don't know. Yeah. Although I think it's a good, if you really want one, then you will probably be upgrading your PC.
True. PC players are proper hardcore. I mean, really hardcore. You still talk about bloody Xbox One being hardcore, but anyone who can sit through fucking 3 hours worth of Windows updates, that's hardcore.
Yeah, man. Whereas I just go, yeah, fine, fuck it, update, and then I'll walk away from my PC for 3 hours, and then come back and go, oh, still down. But yeah, I understand. You know, you would, as a PC player, PC gamer, you would go, stuff it. I'll just get an extra 16 gig of RAM. Stuff it. I'll just get an SSD. You know, my graphics card's about a year and a half old. Stuff it. I'll buy a new one. You know, they do that. I know people who do that. My mates do it. So it is a thing that happens. They go, oh, Oculus Rift, what's the minimum specs? I don't quite meet it. Stuff it. I'll save up to get the minimum specs, buy those bits, see if I can get them in a sale, and then save up for the Oculus. That's what I'll do.
Yeah, it's one of those things. We'll see what it's like when it comes out. I imagine it'll trend really well, but the question is, will it survive after the first 6 months? That's the question, is whether it will survive after the first 6 months. I got a feeling that it'll go, the first month will be epic. Everyone will be spooging over it left, right, and centre. And then it'll die down and everyone go quiet about it when the novelty's kind of worn off. And then it'll come back in when every time you hear PlayStation VR, it'll show up. Because people like, you know, the Oculus Rift and bits. Anyway, talking about new things. Nintendo have just put a patent through for a really shit controller. It looks fucking terrible. It really does. I'm hoping it's just because it's a shit drawing.
I really hope it doesn't have hands dropping off the side of them.
No, don't be you mug. It's the fact that it's a big oval shape.
Yeah.
It looks like I thought. Hang on a second. Just when I saw that, I thought it was a rearview mirror. I thought that was someone adjusting a rearview mirror.
Yeah, because the screen goes right to the edge, and the frame of it looks small, really thin, right around the edge with a couple of buttons at the top, and it looks like you would use it as a touchscreen, like you would your mobile, but in an oval shape. Like that.
It just looks a bit shit. But then again, saying that, I remember when I saw the first version of the N64 controller, that looked fucking terrible. That looked like someone had picked a trowel out the garden and just glued some buttons onto it. But I think that's actually what they did do. That's why it looked terrible. But the end product looked all right, and I think it'll be okay. But that's a terrible drawing. And it's like kind of there's other bits to this, the new Nintendo NX, because they want you to. It's somewhere between a portable and what do you call it? A console. So it's something about cloud computing.
There's something they've put another patent in that looks like they're going to use cloud computing, not quite the same way as Microsoft, where Microsoft say they've got hundreds of thousands of computers or Xbox Ones just sitting around on the cloud. They're going to sort of, what it looks like in the patent is that they're going to use other people's NX machines as extra computing power, and you can set it so you can allow somebody to use the excess computing power of your machine to help them, like up the graphics or whatever. It sounds great in theory, but I can't see it working that well unless you like decide to leave your machine, your Nintendo, on while you fuck off to work, so somebody else could use your machine to play a game.
It
seems a bit lunatic.
It's going to hit the same problem that Microsoft had when they were trying to do the cloud. Oh, you have to have internet. Yeah, you have to do this. You have to do that. And then it's like people just want to put your fucking game in and go. So yeah, it ain't good. I don't think it's going to work. I think it's going to get shut down by consumers alike. I do appreciate they're going somewhere new, but I'll be honest with you, I would have just looked at the way the PlayStation was set up, and I went, what chips have got on it? Find me something twice as powerful. What RAMs have got on it? Find me something twice as better. What hard drives it got on it? Find me something just 1.5 times better. Yeah. And it's like, I need it in white, and I need the word Nintendo red on it. And do it like that, because as soon as
And
you do it
make
like
it
that,
slim.
yeah, and if they have the same architecture, then they get all the multi-plat games. And this is the thing, is when it comes to multi-plat games plus Nintendo looks fantastic, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I would probably buy one if it was a bit like that.
Yeah.
Really would.
I think if that's the route they go down, I think I would be I'd be buying that bastard up.
Yeah. Who? I don't know who wouldn't. Well, hardcore gamers, they probably, still consider Nintendo as being like a family console, which is fine. They typically were. The NES, SNES, 64, they were family consoles. So I don't see why this can't be. The only way it can't be a family console that your kids could just turn on is if it needs all this cloud computing and you need to tap into other. You don't really want your kids on the internet playing games, and it depends on their age, obviously. But
yeah, but it might not. It may be a case of. See, this is the thing, is that if you're using cloud computing, it comes down to your connection. Yeah, so you're sending data and calculations back and forth over a connection. And I think when we were drunk on Saturday, we were all doing. Three of you were doing the what is the capital of, and then saying whatever the city was to see whose phone would get back faster.
yeah,
And the guys using Google had to record the voice, send the voice to the Google server. The Google server had to analyze it and send it back. So whether matey boy using his Apple phone was chatting away on his Apple phone, certain answers got back quicker. But when you did it on the Google ones, better answers came back. So it's just you're gonna have a delay on that, and playing a game with lag is not fun at all.
it's not fun at all. Oh, I'm trying to turn right. Oh, there I've gone. And I'm just going to shoot this guy. What the fuck? You're cheating? No. The server hasn't registered that he's gone. It's not fun. I used to try and play MMOs online. If you're playing with other people and you've got a little bit of lag, it ruins it because you can't keep up with these other people. You can't react with these other people. You can't do anything really. And
All right,
these are fairly simple games.
I think it'd be all right for Korea or anywhere we've got Google Fiber.
Yeah.
So any of those places, you're fine. But I don't think it's going to work as a console. I'm hoping that they look at it and go, "What's the PlayStation going?" and just go through the whole kind of thing where they just literally reinvent the PlayStation and keep the PC architecture with more power, so it lasts that little bit longer. But hey, anyway, talking of crazy computers. Psycho computers. System Shock 3 looks like it's happening. System Shock was a game that my friend Neil would harp on about left, right, and center. And he was talking about Xerxes and Showdown, which are the two computers on there, which it kind of pretty much was the same story as Bioshock. And it was made by the same guys who did Bioshock. Was his face Ken Levine? This one doesn't look like it's getting made by those people. It's being made by another group of people. I haven't seen Ken's name mentioned once in there. Other Side Entertainment, I think the name of the company is. So yeah, they're doing that, and I'll be honest with you, I think if they made it just like Bioshock recently was, but in space with a bit of tweaky graphics, it's gonna be fantastic. But it was one of those games where you first had to think about what you come across enemy wise and what weapons to use and hacking and this, that, and the other. And the more you hacked it, the closer the computer got to finding you and stuff like that. So yeah, it was a really cool game, and it's one of those ones that people always hold in like high regard in comparison to others. Because you had like Doom at the time, which was a big trendsetter, and System Shock was the one that kind of just quietly behind it. Marathon never was. Okay, if you ever get into this argument, Marathon never was. Okay, yeah, you heard me. And only a few people will ever get that one.
So, okay. Reading this, it does seem like they're going to do a Kickstarter to get it funded before they start on it.
Oh, cool.
So this is the company who's taken over it. Was it Other Side Entertainment? So I think they've previously funded games through Kickstarter to get things started. So it would probably go that way. So
we have to check their records for Kickstarter.
Yeah,
because you don't want to. You don't want a repeat of what's his mush. Who's that guy we reported on last time? Tim Schafer. Yeah, guy who gets a shit ton of Kickstarter money, more than he needs. Still not enough fucking money to complete the project on time.
Yeah.
Yes, dear Tim. No.
Dear Tim. Do it yourself.
No, Tim. It's not going to work.
No, Tim. Just stop. Just stop it, Tim.
Tim, put the mouse down, Tim. Put it down, Tim. Okay, you do that. We're having those mad moments, right? I think we're done, considering the amount of the lack of news, shall we say, this week. So I think we'll shamelessly plug ourselves quickly and say goodbye to the ladies and gentlemen who've been watching.
Yes. Lack of news means that this is going to be a short one.
Yeah. We've been quite lucky news-wise, and we haven't had to scrape the bottom of the barrel since like August, I think. So we've had a few ones where it's been a bit quiet, but they were, how can I put it? You had like 2 news stories, but those 2 news stories were epic. But these ones are lots of little, not so great ones. But hey, it happens. It's Christmas. Everyone's kind of getting ready. Everyone's probably going out and getting drunk like we did. So that's probably explains what the news stories. Because it was free wine, half a bowl. But hey. So let's shamelessly plug ourselves as quick as we can, Nige. Right, we have a Twitter account. I've been tweeting out the stories as we've been going through them. Come follow us on. We'll follow you back. You'll get a nice message. Send us some messages back. We'll chat. We're at Gaming Face Punch. And we also have a Facebook page, Nige.
Yep, Facebook. Same again. Follow us there, and you can like the page and follow us. And you can talk to us there. You probably get a better response there. And Google Plus, we've got Google Plus. You can find us there. Just find Gaming Face Punch and Gaming Roundup as well.
Gaming Face Punch Roundup, I think, is the other one.
Yeah, Gaming Face Punch Roundup. Another social media platform is called Player.me. And just search for us there and follow. Whenever videos go out, it gets automatically updated on there as well.
Okay, yeah, we have 3 points of call if you want to find our videos. We have Daily Motion, Gaming Face Punch, and Gaming Face Punch Gaming Face Punch Roundup. Follow these ones if you want to watch the Gaming Roundup, or you can watch our more edited, put together videos. Go to Gaming Face Punch yourself. And Daily Motion, not as popular. We were hoping it would do better, but hey, you don't know until you try these things. And then we have 2 podcasts, Nigel.
Yeah, and they go out twice a week on all good podcast directories. One is a Gaming Roundup like this, and then the other one is a Geek Corner. So it's movies, TV shows, popular stuff.
Cool. And then we've got a website where you can find all the lovely stuff on, which is fantastic. You can find our videos on our occasional blog and our podcast. So pop on there and download it. So do that. If you like them, can you please just put a little heart on the symbol? We're not Google or thingy. It's just for ego sake, I'll be honest with you. So yeah, I think we're done. I think next week is is it a Christmas special next week, Nige?
Fuck yeah.
It's our Christmas special next week. We better get fucking ready. So we better say goodbye and go and get ready for a Christmas special.
I need to get my elf uniform on.
Well, I thought you were wearing
it. Maybe.
It's just hiding the ears on those big headphones. I'm gonna dye my stuff white so I look like Father Christmas. And you've got to make a speech, or should I make a speech this year? I think I'll make a speech this year. I'll make the speech this year. You did it last time, so I'll do it this year. Yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening if you've downloaded the podcast. And we will catch you in the Geek Corner next, which should be out Thursday. So enjoy. And remember, follow us on all social media and like and subscribe and all that nonsense.
Yeah. Just a quick thank you to everyone who's been watching us live. Cheers.
Thank you very much, and we'll catch you
in the next one
podcast. Bye-bye.
Bye.